In this video, we're going to be looking over the booking form feature. So to do that, we need to log into our app builder and go to the features section here on the menu. And then to add this feature to our app, we go to the contact tab at the top and then hover over booking and click the plus symbol to add that feature to our application. So as that's loading in here, we can see that we have a default booking form here that we're able to go in and adjust. So this feature here could be used for a restaurant wanting to take a provisional booking for a table or for a venue. Maybe you're taking a potential booking for a meeting room, and these are basically inquiries. So this booking form doesn't link into any system like an appointment system or a calendar. This is for taking an inquiry for a booking of sorts, okay? Although it's called booking, you can title this something completely different. It depends entirely on your use case for a feature like this, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at here is the location. So by default, this can support different locations. So if you had maybe a chain of restaurants and it's all in one app, you can choose a particular restaurant for this booking form to be sent to, or you can have a general one where it's just literally going to one inquiry center, and that place will then distribute that inquiry to the location that it needs to go to. So it can act like a head office inquiry form or booking form rather than for a unique restaurant. But as I said, you can use this to create multiple locations for the booking form too. So to add your first location, we're going to click on the plus icon here. And here we're able to provide the location name. So again, we'll use the example. If this was, let's say that you're in the US, you have one restaurant, let's say in California, you have one restaurant in Texas, one in Florida, one in New York, and so on. Then you could call this one, let's start off with California. And this could be something like California booking at restaurant.com. Obviously, this would be the email address for where this inquiry form is to be sent to. Okay, so once we've got that, we can click on OK. I'm just going to copy this as well, so I can use that as a separate one on the next one that we're going to add. So let's click OK. So you get a success message at the top up here to confirm that that location has been added. We can add another location again. So let's click on that. And let's say for this one, we're going to use Florida. And in here, instead of California, I'm going to change this to Florida booking and click on OK. And again, we've got a success message to confirm that that's been added to our application. And now we can see here that we have a manage locations section, which was present on the last view before we added the second location in. But now we can see the locations here that we have in the actual form. Okay, we can go in and change the email addresses for these or change the location names if we want them to be something different from what they currently are by clicking this pencil icon, and it'll open up a little edit box underneath where you can make changes. Once you're happy with the changes here, you can click on the save button, or if you've not made any changes and you just want to close it, there's a close option here as well. And likewise, you've got a red X here, and that will allow you to delete a location from this form. Okay, so after you've done that, we can choose settings here. We're able to add in a cover image, which will sit at the top of the booking form. So if I go and grab an image, so let's click on cover, and that's going to open up the prompt on my computer for where I want the image to come from. So here, I'm going to click on my image. And you'll notice here that this is 1000 pixels by 640, and that's the name of the file. So let me just click on that, and you can see how that image looks. So let me go and grab that again as the cover, and go to my downloads. And if I bring that back in, we can see that there's the image here. I click on open. and that's going to upload the image into our application. So you can see here, if we wanted to make some adjustments, we can resize this. It will scale depending on the resolution of the sizing of the image that you're using. So if I click on OK, and now that image is added, we can add a description in here if we want, and again that is something that will add to the form. So if I put in here, this is a description. Now the date option, we can allow for a single date, which is perfect for like a restaurant booking, or we can add a check-in and check-out date. So for this one, we're just going to use the single date. Now the design here, we've got the choice of list and card, and that will depend on which one of those you want to use. I'll show you both of those in a second, so we're going to stick with list for the time being. And then we have the date format here. So if I click on that option, you can choose between month, day, year, or day, month, year, month, day, year. And again, these are all slightly different formats depending on what you want to use. And let's click on save. So you can see in here now as well, that now that we've saved and that's refreshed, we can see the cover image has been added. We can see the box here in this preview device where it says this is the description. So that's the text that we added into here. If you wanted to put a note or maybe some information before that the person will see before they complete this booking form, then this is the ideal place to put it. Then we've got the information here where it's asking about the booking itself. And if we scroll down, we've got a comment section here as well, where the person can leave any additional notes that they want. So this is, as I said, this is the list design. As you can see, it's sort of edge to edge. If we choose the card design and save, then you can see that this is quite different. So we've got the cover image and the description underneath, and you notice there's like a slight border all the way around, which is some spacing on the app. And also the colors have changed, and that's because I've set them up to be different colors between list and card design. So again, you can do that under your color panel, or if you have a look at the tutorial for the color panel, you'll see where you can alternate between the card and list and choose the colors that you want for each of those. So I'll leave it with card. I do like this design. I like the colors better than the other one. But we can see here now we've got the ability for someone to come in the app, put in their first name and last name, phone number, email, the number of people that are going to be part of this booking. If I move that to 10 people. We can also choose the location here in this drop down. So where are we making this booking for, California or Florida? So let's pick California. And the date and time will open the date and time prompt on the user's device. And depending on obviously what date they want to book this for. So let's go for, let's say the 11th month, and let's choose the 20th and click OK. And we can add in any comments here. Now once the user presses send, that will send an email to the email address supplied for the location that you've added. And that will send them, as I said, an email where they can get back to the person who's completed this booking inquiry form. Okay, so let's head over to design. Now, by default, as we've covered in other tutorials, you can set a background to appear throughout your entire application, or on some features, it will allow you to set a custom background on a per feature basis. This is not something that's available on all features, but for some of them, you will have a design option where you can set a background specifically for the actual feature. And we request that you upload a portrait version, so when the device is held in portrait, and a landscape one if someone has their phone in a landscape mode. Okay, so they're holding it widthwise as opposed to sort of heightwise. Okay, so those are your options there, and you're able to make a change to the name. So let's say instead of booking, it's something like book a table. And let's click away. So to do that, you just click the pencil icon, that will open the editor there. You're also able to change the default icon. So if I go back to the home page of the app and update here, you can see that we have this sort of booking sort of symbol or an address book type of entry. If we hover over this icon here, we'll notice that a pencil will load, which means that you can edit this item. So if we click that, it'll bring us up the list of icons that are in the system that you are able to add to your app or to change from this. It also gives you the ability to upload your own into the system as well. You can see that there is a number of icons that you can choose from here depending on what you want. You've got the ability to add a new icon here in the top right hand corner too. But if you're happy with the default icon, you can leave that as it is. And then, as I said, once you've gone through this, you've made sure that all your entries are correct. To make sure all the changes are pulled through into this emulation device, click the Update and Preview button, and that will pull through all of the latest changes that you've made into this particular feature. So that's it for this feature. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another tutorial soon.